Very good. Okay. And we're going to go live on Facebook. Let's see how long this takes us to do.
Yeah. Can you show this portion of the curtain? Yeah, we're gonna put this on live, so don't say anything now.
Learn how to apply for financial aid. Okay. Uh-oh, computer's going crazy. Okay, looks like we are live on Facebook. Okay, so we're going to get started. So first, I'd like to welcome everybody to this webinar. Thank you, Abdullah, for giving us your time and helping us all with this important task. Welcome to PAC's online events and programs. We hope that you and your family are doing well and staying healthy. Thank you for joining our session today for financial aid assistance with Abdullah Yusuf. Stick around to the end where we will be having a short presentation on the census, and we'll give you a chance to enter for an Amazon gift card and raffle. To see a full list of all our upcoming events and to donate to these programs, please visit pacusa.org. So today I just want to, sorry guys, my computer is really going crazy right now. But we're going to push through it. So today we're going to go over the financial aid workshop, and at the very end, I will have a session open for questions and answers. And I'm going to share the screen now to show you the presentation that Abdullah has so wonderfully put together for us all. Okay. Oh, and here we go. Okay, so whenever you're ready, Abdullah, you can go ahead and start.
Okay, hi guys. So today we're gonna talk about financial aid and what you need to know. This is generally for your future when you apply to college, when you need loans, like or grants or scholarships. This is gonna help you so you don't end up paying yourself, because we all know college is expensive. Okay, move on to the next slide. Okay, so what is financial aid? Financial aid is any type of funding to help with college. It can be given in a form of grants, loans, scholarships. It could be given from private companies like investors. Some they have to do with on how hard you work in school. Others is you just apply to state aid, maybe because you're not in that range of financially, where you have the money to go to school. Let's move on to the next slide, please. So what are the types of financial aid? There are a couple types of financial aid. Most common that you'll likely need are grants. Grant is like a gift because you don't have to pay it back. A grant is given to you by a company or anyone that donates money and that gives it to you for your education, right? Next one is scholarships. A scholarship is like a grant, but it's earned by doing hard work in school. So scholarships you get doing with good grades and other hard work that you do.
Also scholarships for diversity, ethnicity, athletic scholarships. So there are a bunch that you can always apply for depending on you know, if you're Arab American, if you play basketball, baseball, like PAC has a scholarship, for example.
Yeah, like data set sports, and stuff like that. The next one is federal student loans. So the government has made federal student loans with some benefits besides from getting them like from banks or other private sources. So student loans, you're gonna have to pay them back eventually, but instead of paying like with like interest from private investors, this one you don't have to pay interest, or if you do, it's not as much, um, because like they made it easier for you than having to go to like private investors. The next one is work study. So work study is a federally and sometimes state funded program that helps college students with financial needs, like to get a part-time job. So you're in college, you're doing your major, but you also need to pay for your books. You need to pay for some of your classes, because sometimes financial aid doesn't cover all of it. These programs, they help you get work, so you could work in your college for work study, but that also depends if you're doing good in school, because if you're not doing good in school, they're not going to give you the work study program. It's for people who are academically trying, um, and like doing stuff like that, like trying really hard. Can we move on to the next slide? Okay, what are the names of the two types of financial aid? FAFSA. FAFSA is a form you need to fill out to get any financial aid from the federal government to help pay for college. Um, so basically, FAFSA is from any state. Like it's your state, but every state has FAFSA. It's it's money from the government that they give you to help you and support you, with any money that you need. It may not be a lot, um, but it'll help. So the second one is HISA. HISA is only in New Jersey. It's financial aid for the New Jersey State Agency with the sole mission of providing students and families with financial aid, information, resources for students to pursue their education beyond high school. So HISA gives a lot more money. It depends on the major that you have. It depends where you're financially at, but HISA is for New Jersey. It's not for like New York or any other state. So we have a government, FAFSA is the government. So every state has FAFSA, but HISA is specifically for New Jersey. Okay, can we move on to the next slide, please? Okay, sorry, I can't see that. What are the benefits? Benefits are free money. It pays for college, helps kids reach potential, right? So kids can't really reach their potential if they they don't get an education, and it's hard for kids to get an education if they can't pay for it. So these programs are like also meant to help kids who don't really have like any money to pay just to like get this education. Um, so now everyone has an equal chance or a fair chance at trying to get an education, right? Okay, can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, how can I help myself and my family? Well, it helps students get into colleges easier because it pays for it generally most of the time, like mostly covers it. Parents spend less money. Parents spend less money on sending their kids to the schools and to whatever major they applied, because remember it does cost a lot of money sometimes. Sadly, I wish education was free for everyone. Kids can also save their money for their books. So if FAFSA and HISA cover your college tuition, and you have money, saved extra money on the side, you could spend it money on buying or renting books that you need for colleges. because for some classes you're going to need these books and other things and supplies for that major that you're going into. Number four is for scholarships and grants, you don't have to pay it back. So scholarships, grants are awarded to you. It's a plus because you don't have to pay it back, and they're giving it to you because you worked for it and you earned for it academically. Um, and it's great. So you don't really have to pay it back. Number five, it will help depending on that family's financial stability. So if your family like doesn't have the money to send you to college, these programs are meant for that. Um, HISA pays out a little more, like pays a little more than FAFSA. Again, it depends on the major you're going in. But yeah, we can go on to the next slide, please. Okay, the steps to apply to financial aid. Step one, first apply for your FAFSA ID. So when you log into FAFSA, you need a FAFSA ID. Your ID is used to sign in electronically. So you better not lose it. Step two, as soon as you make your FAFSA ID, you start the application. Start to fill out personal information, right? Like your name, date of birth, your parents, like any information that they need for filling this stuff out, you need it. When filling out the application, this is step three. When filling out the application, you have to put in personal info like your social security and your parents, like I said before. Um, it's like steps that you need. Like they just want to make sure that it's you. That's why they're asking for social security, and they want to know where you like. They want to make sure that you live in this residency and like in this state. Step four, be careful. Make sure you don't accidentally lose or leak the information. Do not write it in an email. Write it down somewhere safe, because if this information's out, it could probably create a lot of problems, and we don't want that. Okay, can we move to the next slide? All right, steps to apply continued. Step five, after completing the application, you can now apply to HISA. This is for New Jersey. HISA is only state aid for New Jersey. So step six, when you're applying to HISA, you need to create an NJ-FAMS account and answer 4 questions. And after that, just hand in the application. I made the mistake of forgetting to answer the 4 questions. Don't do that mistake because I almost missed out on HISA. Okay, can we move on to the next one? Step 7 is optional, applying to any type of student loan. This is a step if you want or need more money for college, but remember, loans you have to pay back. Some of them are with interest, some of them are without. It depends on the type of loan you apply for. That's why most people usually stick to HISA and FAFSA. Okay, can we move on to the next slide?
Yeah, just a comment so HISA and FAFSA are income-based loans, so some people might not qualify for them, and that's why they'd have to apply for private loans, which include Sallie Mae. So, if you apply for federal or state loans, they'll base it off the income of your family, and then they'll give you that money proportionately. And then if you have to finance the rest of your education, you can do a partial loan from a private insurer like Sallie Mae. So that's just for people who might not get full tuition coverage from FAFSA or HISA.
Okay. So what do I do after I apply? Can we go to the next slide? So basically, after applying, apply as soon as you do the application. Apply to your colleges. Most colleges accept financial aid. Usually universities and community colleges. Some private colleges don't accept some financial aids, right? But yeah, most of the other colleges do. Second, getting a job with school to pay college tuition. So the work study programs, it's very important. I'm sorry. It's very important that you do this so you have some kind of income to also help you to pay for these supplies that you need or anything that you have to do. Um, Next is EOF programs. So this helps students more with their financial aid. EOF programs are meant for they're like over the summer or sometimes it depends on when they are. But usually they're over the summer and you may have to dorm. Like in the past, my sister did EOF. She had to dorm and they help you and they give you a head start in your major. They also help you financially with any like stuff that you need, and it's actually very great that if you would do this, it'll be very great that you do this because of a lot of things and a lot of benefits that you get. Um, can I get to the next slide? Well, that's it. Any questions?
So if anyone has any questions, you guys can type it in the box, in the chat box on the screen, and we can get to it. Yeah, I know personally I have gone through this issue of applying for financial aid, and it's really a struggle. Like Abdullah said, it's really easy to forget to do steps, especially if this is your first time applying and you don't really know the steps or the sources that you have. So thank you, Abdullah, for giving us that insight. So now hopefully no one else has to forget the steps that we did, right? At least now
Yeah.
it's somewhere in a video so we know how to do it. I just actually went through this again for law school, so thanks for the refresher. Before we sign off, I am going to play a video about the census, and I will share the link for the survey in the chat. So I'll do that now. And Abdullah, you can also fill out the survey and if you'd like. And you can enter the raffle. So Ibrahim, Abdullah, here you go. And I'm going to stop the Facebook Live for now and play this video once I figure out what I'm doing. I have to share my screen again.
That went great.
Yeah, you did great. Thanks, Abdullah. How do I stop recording this? Stop recording.